Hello and welcome back to my channel, The Stitch List. I am Jackie and this is Flosstube number 6. And today is Tuesday, February 17th. And we're gonna go over everything I did for cross stitching for the week. But before we do that, I do want to just go over a few housekeeping items. The first is that my kids are home, so you might hear them in the background. They are home on February break for this week, so you might hear a lot of noise, some running. You know, they're kids and they're good girls, so I don't want to force them to be too quiet for too long. So I'm going to try and get through this quickly. The other thing I want to go over is, as of this morning, my channel is officially monetized. I want to be totally transparent about this because I just never in my wildest dreams thought that I could cross stitch and upload videos and earn any money from it. You know, chances are good I'm going to be earning pennies, but still, I'm so thankful. You know, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I would like to keep being home with my children. You know, there's a lot of things that I keep private that I haven't talked about on here. But at this point, me being home for my children when they get off the bus, and, you know, my husband co-owns a small business and works a ton of hours. So for me, being able to be there for him really means a lot. So you may see some ads now when you view my video. Hopefully they are not too annoying. I'm still figuring this out, so I don't think I have any control at this point of what ads show up. But if you do have questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, or at the end of this video, I will have my email and Instagram handle. Feel free to reach out that way. But I just want to say one more thing, and it's that, if you are unsure if you want to start a Flosstube or any channel for any of your hobbies, just do it. It's I really never thought I would have the feedback I have and the support I've had. And, you know, it's really kind of been beyond my wildest dreams. So definitely go for your goals, go for your dreams, because you just never know what might happen. So with all of that, let's jump into stitching and then we will yap. So this week I got done a lot more stitching than I thought I would, because with my children being home, I just assumed there's no way I was going to get any stitching done, but I was able to crank out quite a bit actually. So the first piece I'm going to show you is called Embroidery Day, and this is by, sorry, I dropped my thing. All my information I keep on my bags, and that's what I reference. So Embroidery Day by Jenna Della Gratigola. Hold on, let's redo that. Jenna Della Grottaglia Maldonado. I'm gonna butcher her name every single time. We're gonna call her Jenna. Jenna and I are besties. So, and this is charted by Hade, Heaven and Earth Design. And I'm doing this on a 25 count Zweigart 1/1 full cross. Here's what it looked like before. This was a new start as of last week. And here's what it looks like now. So I was able to put in 548 stitches this week, and that has brought me to 1,186 out of 337,500 for 0.35%. I can hear my children giggling. I film in my dining room, so it's kind of open, and I can especially hear my little ones sitting there trying to giggle and not laugh out loud. So now they're both laughing. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, you're gonna hear a lot of giggling, and it is what it is. So I don't know where I am. I'm a hot mess today, but then I also realized that I say that every week. So maybe I'm just a hot mess. But here is Embroidery Day. So I did mostly more filling in this blue of the tape measure. And then I also filled in this really pretty peachy cream kind of background area, and the camera does not pick it up, but it's got so much like subtle details. It's so pretty. I really love this piece and I love how it's turning out, and I can't wait to add more stitches to it. So my next piece is Rapunzel, and I got this off of Etsy, and this is my piece that I am so close to a finish. So let's just dive in. Here's what it looks. Oh, I'm doing this on 16 count Aida, and I'm doing it 2/1 full cross. And here's what it looked like last week. And here's what it looks like now. So I put in 441 stitches, which brought me to 49,729 out of 51,712 for 96.17%. So I worked all over. I've been focusing on finishing colors because I want to get this done. So I think I finished off like 5 different colors, and it was like all through here, some through here. I did some down here. So it's probably kind of hard to see my oh, I did a lot up here, but it's probably hard to see the progress. But I did put 441 stitches in. So the more important thing is that I'm now below 2,000 stitches left. I don't have the exact number, but I think it's like 1,900. So I'm going to keep chugging along on this and hopefully get it done in the next couple of weeks. Oh, you know what I did not show? I always forget these, but here's my chart I have for Embroidery Day. I'm dropping everything. And here is Rapunzel. So Rapunzel doesn't have an even. Each circle represents 100, and Rapunzel had 51 stitches, kind of like extra. So I filled that in. So it's so nice to see the progress on that because I'm getting so close. All I can hear is laughing and giggling. So this is going to be the wildest Flosstube I've done. Okay. My next piece is the Fruits of Plenty, and this is by Modern Folk Embroidery. And I'm doing this on an 18 count Aida in the color Antique White, I think it is. And I'm doing this 2/1 full cross. Here's what it looked like last week. And here's what it looks like now. So I put in 537 stitches, which brought me to a total of 3,117 out of 47,397 for 6.58%. And I basically I closed off this box area, finished all the little doodads there, and then I kind of switched back and forth between like this section here and then down here. And I love this piece. I'm doing this in DMC 221 and 223. This is probably one of my favorite cross stitches I have. I could just stitch on this and nothing else and be perfectly happy, but I do think I'm getting a bit burnt out from it. So I'm gonna set it aside this week, but I'll go over that in plans. Here is my chart for it. So as you can see, I'm making pretty good progress. All right. Next up is my Heaven and Earth Design 2026 Sal. And I am doing the Fruits of Plenty, and this is by Severin Rosen. It is a cropped down version of his artwork. And this is charted by Heaven and Earth Design. And I'm doing this on 22 count Aida 2/1 full cross. And here's what it looked like last week when I worked on it. And here's what it looks like now. So I put in 578 stitches, bringing me to a total of 5,648 out of 86,156 for 6.56%. So we do need to have a little conversation about this one. Let me just see, I have it. So I'm not going for the full finish. I'm just going for the 6-page finish. And every week that feels like it's already slipping out of grasp because I did some math, and as of February 4th, I still had 40,697 stitches to do, which means I would have had to do 4,070 stitches per month. In February, we're what, 3 weeks in now, almost, I have only done 1,627. So by March 1st, I have to do 2,443 to stay on track. And that's not gonna happen. Like, I wanna be realistic about this because I don't wanna just stitch on this. I have a lot of other projects I love. So I'm gonna still try. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna keep stitching on it, hopefully every single week, get the stitches in. You know, who knows, maybe by September, I will turn monogamous on it and just stitch this and push through. But yeah, I'm a little concerned about my ability to get these 6 pages finished. So I do love it. So this week I worked on all of these reds here and filled that in. And then I kind of went through, filled in stitches like all through here. Like you can see, filled in all through here. So I'm gonna keep going because I do love this. All right. Oh, and let me show you my chart. So I have a long way to go to get to the 6-page finish. I don't think that's gonna happen, but we shall see. We're not gonna give up. All right, my next piece is I have a bunch of goals for myself, and one of them is to get healthy. So I have been counting my steps, and every week I take the average number of steps I've done and drop off the last digit and stitch that. So first, let me show you my piece. I am stitching Mountain Wildflowers, and this is by Roseberry Sunset, and I got this from Sweet Violet Stitch Co. on Etsy. I'm doing this on a 25 count Zweigart 1/1 full cross, and I got, let me look. Okay, here's what it looked like before, and here's what it looks like now. So last week, I did an average of 2,678 steps, which means I owed this piece 267 stitches, which I did. And so that brought me to a total of 1,791 out of 312,500 for 0.57%. And I mostly worked filling in some of the area here, kind of like bridging that gap you see there, and then around here as well. Like this, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick this up. This is filled in now and it looks so nice. I am a little concerned about how the coverage for all the dark is not as great as I usually like, but when it's far away, it's fine. So we're gonna keep going with it. So as I told you last week, I have a new steps Garmin watch that's tracking my steps, and it's definitely so much better. So last week was a little weird because for a few of the days I was using my phone to track steps. For a couple of the days I was using my Garmin. So the number is not accurate, but it's fine. It is 4,181 steps were my average. So I now owe this piece 418 stitches. And as you can see from my goal I have for it, it's coming along. I'm getting there. All right. Next, I really have been missing Traveling Library. So I wanted to pull that out. So this is Traveling Library, and it's by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Design. I'm doing this on a 22 count Aida 2/1 full cross. And here's what it looked like before. And here's what it looks like now. So I'm going to adjust this a bit because I did work just down in this area. So I put in 548 stitches, bringing me to a total of 17,475, which out of 401,500. So that brought me to 4.35%. And now I did mostly all of this lamp here. It was a combination of extreme confetti and then also some block stitching. So when I was getting kind of tired of this, I did fill in some area here and like some areas here. I can't believe I did 500 and almost 550 stitches, and I feel like you can't really tell. I didn't make a ton of progress, but I think it's just because it's such heavy confetti. And this is one of my focus pieces, and I feel like I'm really slacking on it. So I need to do better. But we'll pull that out hopefully again next week because I do love that piece tremendously. It's just really fun to stitch. So my final piece I did this week, Andrew, the runner stitcher, has started his 2026 Whip into Shape. And one of the things he's doing this year that's a little bit different is that he has created a second channel where he is filming his walks. So since I'm already doing my steps piece myself, I decided I didn't want to stitch his steps as well. Instead, what I'm going to do is watch these videos, and I'll put the channel name down here because I can never remember it. I'm going to watch his videos and stitch on my piece as I'm watching it. And this piece is exclusive to his videos. So Andrew, no pressure. But I love this piece and I really need you to keep making these videos. So for Andrew's challenge, I really went back and forth as to what to do. I had a really good suggestion in my comments last week to do Fruits of Plenty since Andrew is stitching on that himself. And I had already kind of had this idea forming, but that sort of was like, oh yeah, like let's do a piece Andrew is doing or has already done. So I have chosen to do Bee Queen, and this is by Tiny Modernist, and I am stitching this on an 18 count antique white Aida, and I am doing it 2/1 full cross. So I don't have a before photo, unfortunately, because I just started this, but here is what I got done. And I am going to keep it in this Nurge hoop because I think it should fit right here. I measured twice and I might need to move the hoop just a little bit this way, but or no, actually sorry, it would be this way, but we'll see when I get there. So Andrew has 3 videos posted so far, and I watched 2 of them. I watched his first video at Flagler Beach and got 87 stitches in, which was mostly all up here. And then I watched his second video at Blue Spring State Park and got 124 stitches in and was able to kind of finish this section off, add these little star things, and start on her hair. So my plan is, like I said, oh, I should actually tell you. So as of right now, I have put in 211 stitches out of 12,690. And this has brought me to 1.64%. So I chose this piece because Andrew just finished it and it turned out so well. Like it looks really nice. And I have been wanting to stitch these for a while. There are several in the series. And I actually have almost all of them. And then they just released a new one that is going to the Nashville market, where it's like I think it's called like The Reader or something, and it's like books and all of that. So eventually I would like to get that one. And so my plan is, as long as Andrew keeps posting these videos, I will keep stitching on this while I watch them. And it's really nice. It's like very relaxing background noise. And they're a good amount of like a length of time. I think each video is about an hour or less. So it's very manageable. I do really want to keep stitching on this though. So again, Andrew, let's get another video posted because I only have one more to watch and then I'm caught up. So I think that is everything in terms of my stitching this week. So I forgot to add up my total number of stitches. So I will put it right down here for the week. But I think I did pretty well, especially seeing as my children have been home. And this week, you know, I talked last video about how I wanted to sort of like switch, and instead of a different project every single day, like I had been kind of doing, very loosely doing, I wanted to really get the stitches in. So most of my projects I touched this week got at least 500 stitches, with the exception of Rapunzel was a little short, and then Mountain Wildflower and Bee Queen, only because they're kind of restricted based on the challenges I'm doing. But everything else got over 500 and that was great. So I want to kind of keep going with that because I think it's working out well. So my plans quickly for this week, I will be pulling out 6 portals because I did not work on that this week. I would love to keep going on Rapunzel and knock her stitches down even more. Bee Queen will be getting at least, there's one more video I need to get caught up on, so I will be watching that. Mountain Wildflowers will be getting my stitches put in. So I think, what did I say? I owed that one 400 and something. And I have everything here. Yeah, I owe that one 418. Then Spring Castle, I'll put this here since I didn't show it today. This is my goals piece. So when I do really fun things with my girls, or like when I hit one of my goals, I put in 500 stitches. So I'm expecting this to need a lot more stitches this coming week as well. But on Saturday, we were able to cross off another item, and we had a really fun family day out with my niece and her children. So my great nieces, who I love and adore, and we took the girls to a trampoline park, which is, it was noisy, but my children had a lot of fun there with their cousins. We went out to lunch. So anytime I do like a fun outing like that with my children, I am going to count it, just because I want to get stitches in on Spring Castle. So that will be coming out. And then the other thing I have to do, I use bobbins, which I like. I don't want to switch to loose threads or anything like that because they get really tangled for me. And I do have a master set, but it's only like 80% done maybe. I definitely am missing some colors, and I will post a photo of all the floss I need to wind on bobbins and reorganize my master set. So that is definitely going to take away from my cross stitching this week. Probably a day where I would have been able to get work in on a project will have to be dedicated to that. So I think that's everything for cross stitching. So next up, we are going to do my Let's Yap. So I don't have much, surprisingly. It's been a cold winter. It's so cold out today. It's kind of snowing lightly. I just want to sit on my couch by the fireplace and read or cross stitch. So my motivation's low. But I have been spending a lot of time watching the Olympics. And it's like my favorite thing. Every single time it comes around, summer and winter Olympics, I get glued to it. So I'm excited because today, actually, it's probably starting in the next couple of minutes, is the ladies figure skating short program. And I'm really excited to watch that with my girls. I love watching like bobsled, all these sports that I would never actually do myself or really fully understand, but it's just so exciting. So I will say one thing about that is that it's taking away from my Flosstube time. So I am so behind. I'm so sorry to those who are consistently watching my videos and commenting. I owe a lot of people a view. I don't want to say actually, because I really enjoy watching Flosstube, but I like to repay the favor as much as I can. So I did make a playlist and I have like 25 videos. So as soon as the Olympics are over, that's what I will get into and get back to doing. So yeah, I think that's that. The next thing is, I don't have anything else. I'm so sorry. My Yap section is so boring. I always make a list and it's literally got like 2 things, and one of the things is crossed out because I already talked about it. So I'm gonna let you go because I do have my kids at home and I want to do some fun things with them, and I want to watch the figure skating. I know I do not like milkshakes, but they do have Shamrock Shakes back. So if you are a Shamrock Shake lover, it is your time to run to McDonald's. I am addicted to these only because when I was pregnant with both my girls, they were both born in the spring. This is like all I wanted in those final weeks of pregnancy. So very excited for this. I'm going to sit on the couch, watch the Olympics. We're going to drink our Shamrock Shakes that we got. And yeah, I think that's everything. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, recommending my videos. It means so much to me. I am over on Instagram. I will put that at the end of my video, and you can always email me. But I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're getting a lot of stitching in. I hope you are taking care of yourself and one another. And with that, I will see everyone later. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you'd like, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram, or feel free to send me an email. And don't forget to like and subscribe.